Hello Aquarius, welcome to your February 2025 tarot reading. I'm Kate, I'm a tarot intuitive, and these are the collective messages for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So a good affirmation to repeat to yourself throughout the month of February that might give you a little bit of peace is, my growth is unlimited. My personal growth is unlimited. Harness your power to develop your strengths. There is no limit to your personal improvement. Take time to understand any areas in your life that require further growth. There is nothing standing in between turning your good into great. So is there an area of your life where things feel like they're good? There's been growth. It feels settled. It feels kind of calm. But how can you up-level that to feel great? Why just feel okay when you can feel amazing? So how is it that you can grow? I have the Rebel deck here to tell you that you are giving away your power. You are giving away your power. You are a badass. Act like it. So if you feel like you've been a little bit subdued lately, you haven't been being as quirky and unique and authentic and inquisitive, and I feel like there's an energy of like questioning that's coming in, like questioning authority, questioning your beliefs, questioning why something in your life is the way it is and why you've kind of settled with it being that way for so long. So you're taking back your power. And it says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. And I totally agree with that. It's important to question, to be inquisitive. But when you start to let pessimism or the mind spirals overtake the journey, that's when we become stuck in that stagnant or depressive, low energy, low vibrational state. So we're trying to avoid that. So we're trying to raise our vibration. We're trying to think of what can we do to bring a sense of empowerment back into our lives. And we're not going to allow every shitty thought that comes in to drive the bus. For the tarot, you have the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords. So what I'm seeing is the potential for somebody that had once, this is only going to resonate for some of you, but there could be somebody who once stood up for you that now either isn't showing up in the same way anymore, or maybe they let you down. That Three of Swords is a card of potential heartbreak, but it's also a card of healing and forgiveness. So maybe you expected somebody to show up for you or to be there for you and they just weren't. And now you're having to learn how to let go of that idea, that maybe let go of the idea that you need a knight in shining armor. I don't typically see that as an Aquarius theme, but maybe you were in that energy when they came into your life. Maybe they came in at a really good time, but maybe I feel like there was a letdown or somebody not showing up in the way that you need. But it could be quite the opposite for another group of you, because it could be, when I was looking at it, it was one way, but then as I flipped it around, the cards were looking a little bit different. But it could be somebody coming in to be that knight in shining armor, to step in during a very difficult time, and to be kind of like, I don't know if savior is the word that I want to use, but they could be coming in at a very convenient time that will help elevate your mood or help lift you up during maybe a potential dark time. Dark night of the soul is what I'm hearing for some of you. Some of you are in like a void state where things felt kind of stagnant, not really going anywhere, and then others are going through kind of like a dark night of the soul where the energy does feel a little bit lower. So if you're needing help with that, lepidolite could be a fantastic crystal to work with. It naturally contains lithium, which is found in a lot of anti-anxiety medications. But this is really great for bringing in peace, calmness, ease the mind, very anti-anxiety. And it's number 32. 32 condenses down to 5 in numerology, and 5 is about change, and sometimes change feels uncomfortable. So the message with this crystal is, lepidolite appears to tell you to slow down and simplify, for you have been turning your attention and your energy to far too many different things, distracting yourself from the wisdom available to you. If you feel lost and overwhelmed, it's no wonder. Fortunately, lepidolite spirit is here to focus you. Think about how satisfying it is to do one task from beginning to end with mindfulness, free of all the noise that distracts you and keeps you from feeling a sense of completion. There is always more to do, but life becomes more manageable when you recognize that refocusing over and over again will only exhaust you and slow you down. Remain present, doing just one thing, and your courage, conviction, and confidence will return. Take on one task at a time. Then it will be easier to hear the quiet voice of your intuition, which will guide you in prioritizing. What needs to get done will get done, and your life will become more manageable if you follow this crystal's lead. So if this growth, if you know the potential, but you're like, it's just too overwhelming for me to think about it all at once, break it down into manageable steps. What's one thing that I can do today? So that could definitely help you on this journey. But if there is a task that really won't take too awful much to finish, I know housework, like looking at, especially if you have kids, looking at your kid's bedroom and it's like this disaster area where it looks like a tornado just went right through it. Looking at it, it's very overwhelming. But if you break it down into manageable steps, okay, first we're going to clean up the dirty clothes, and then we're going to clean up the dirty dishes, and then we're going to put the toys in the toy bin. Then make sure that you do all of the actionable steps so that at the end it comes full circle. Because if you just try to take care of the lawn, like you just do 2 things that need to get done, it's still a disaster area, and then you're going to come back the next day and it's still going to look like a hot mess, and you're going to have to enter that energy all over again. So there does seem to be something that needs to be wrapped up, and if you can break it down into smaller steps for yourself, it's going to be easier to manage. So these are the messages for you, Aquarius. If you would like a personal reading, you can book that on my website, crystallizewithkate.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful month of